besides what we talked about last time. 099. So our goal is to get 099 out before CVPR. So we'll cut that in like a week or two. I really want to try to get TR and release. House, comma, 0, 2. And then I guess we'll have time for PR review. Yeah, Lightye's been in master for like a week now. No issues that we know of, which is pretty cool because it's enabled for all the cars. Do you want to talk about TR? I don't know if there's any big updates. The reason we reverted TR is not a master right now because at our Bronco it caused some pretty bad issues. The Bronco just overshoots the request like a whole lot, and then with this model, it's like really in the eye of the beholder. Is this a model issue? Is it a car issue? In any case, we shipped a new model, and this broke the car that worked before. So, I just posted a plot. That's why we reverted TR. So Harold has a fix for this. He's working on, but we're really trying to figure out a way, like longer term, where we can ship models without it holding back. Like shipping models shouldn't be held back by the quality of carports, and at the same time, the carport shouldn't regress. Like the Bronco shouldn't get worse, but yeah. So that's kind of a problem we're looking into right now. Because you guys see kind of the velocity at which research has been shipping models. Caravan? What? I don't know if there's anything else on. You seeing if it's if that's basically all the updates. You can just type in the chat like, oh, that's it. I got it all. That's all I know about. Oh, lateral delay, yeah. Yeah. Oh, but Caravan, you mean Carnival? I think it's called Carnival, right? The Kia Carnival. I believe so. Your car has an angle API, right? I think we're going to start wanting to use the angle controls. Or we're going to start wanting to prefer the angle controls over the raw torque interfaces, especially in the newer cars. And the newer cars are very good. So if we have a good angle API, we're going to want to prefer that. So maybe something you want to try out. I don't remember why we picked one or the other on those Kias. Maybe one was just more similar to what we had in Master already. But yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking about something like you guys know the lateral debug plots. Or sorry, the longitudinal maneuver reports. I want to make something like this for lateral to kind of characterize lateral a little bit better. Because the Ford API has all this complicated stuff in it that we kind of just zero out. And we really need something like that to really figure out what all that stuff does and to characterize it. I'm happy with Ionic 5 angle control. Oh, yeah. So one of the problems with the angle APIs is sometimes we can't do effective torque blending. Like one of the Hyundais we rented at Comma Hack. This was a pretty big problem with it. Like kind of tuning the torque blending. Yeah, it was the EV9, I think. Yeah, I think that's what it was. All the new Hyundais are so different. They're all very capable, which is annoying because they're all very good open pilot cars. They're all so different. Yeah. Should come on the stage. Did you have something you want to say, or just in case you had something to say? Oh, it's a classic Discord mic issue. Classic Discord. All right. I'll just keep talking while you get that figured out. No, we don't hear you. No worries. Yeah, you can jump in whenever you got to figure it out. But yeah, as far as 099, Shane's still working on the Tesla. There's a whole lot of like, little things to make it a good experience. And then he's also working on the newer Honda ports because those are all fairly similar. So we can just kind of knock those all out. Would really like to hire somebody. You guys see how we have all these OpenDBC PRs up? Really like to hire somebody to another OpenDBC engineer. Basically, want to. I saw a comment from Sunny that's like, "Why are there so many open PRs?" It's like, well, they haven't figured out how to clone Shane yet. That's kind of true. If you want to be a Shane clone, I'm very happy to hire you. You gotta do Shane quality work though. Hey, welcome.
Second try. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, we can. You're just a little quiet.
So I was saying that the issue with the angle control that's really boggling me a lot is the fact that with the torque reduction gain has a very significant difference between EV9 and the GV80 and the Ionic 5, whereas the same value would maybe be too strong for the EV9, but maybe too soft for the Ionic 5.
Oh, you're talking about that value we use for the blending on those cars.
I'm I'm talking about you have it. It's torque reduction gain on the official of DVC from Hyundai, but we have it named max torque is what we have on the Open DVC for
Yeah,
these. So yeah, that value it behaves very differently depending on the model. So
doesn't
it's
Sunny
always
have one of these cars too? I think he was saying.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess Sunny has a GV80, right? And you have the Ionic
He has
5.
he has GV80, a high Ioniq 5, and you were doing the EV9. So
Yeah.
basically, I have those three tested in a way, and the values that Shane was putting were not working for me too much. Like some of them make it too strong on the steering, like make it you can hear the EPS doing working like a step motor, right? So depending on how much the value you're sending, it behaves that differently. Um, I have a I'm testing stuff in my own branch, and I have
Mhm.
a blended. I have a dynamic torque, which is working fine, but it's working fine for me. I have people with the GV80 that had tried it, and it's not working fine for them. So I need to update the minimum and maximum torque that they can run per car. So this is gonna be a big challenge, at least in my head.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is really the problem. Like the Hyundais are obviously the worst, but like all cars are just getting so much more complicated. And it's not like we can't solve all this stuff, but we have to find kind of general ways
Yeah.
to kind of keep up with this complexity. Otherwise, we're just going to
One,
keep needing more and more effort to import these cars.
But one thing I
So,
can say though is I'm very happy with how it works in general. Like it's very strong, very assertive. Like it's actually very responsive steering. But we just
yeah,
gotta understand how it works. But it's very, very good. Like it's really strong.
yeah, the new cars are great. I think we had a Volkswagen that was good too. We had basically all the new cars we tested. They have lots of torque.
Yeah.
Um, it seems like the installs are getting more complicated for the most part, but the cars are getting more capable. I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of the trade-off we're getting for some reason.
For these Hyundai ones, you have two options right now. You can either do it on the camera, but it's harder for you to do long control, or you can do it on the ADAS ECU, and that gives you lateral and long control. But getting to the ADAS, at least on the Ionic 5, requires a ton of trim removal, which is
Yeah,
very
that's why we don't do it. Oh.
yeah, it's not it's not that good. I mean, I did it. I have a red Panda on the ADAS ECU, but I have it already installed and that's it. Like I haven't used it yet because I first want to figure out the lateral control properly.
Yeah, we have a red pan. Yeah, we have a harness in ours too. We've never used it, but we just put it in there when we first got it for Taco Bell, and then I just
Mm,
really didn't want to ship it.
yeah.
Cool. But yeah, I think for anybody doing carports, if you have an angle API, you really want to think about the API, and it might be slightly more convenient to use torque now, but these like tight angle controllers are probably going to be better longer term. Um, but then they also have some trade-off where sometimes they have like these limits, like they won't steer past 90 degrees, which is super annoying. Um,
Yeah.
so
Right now the Hyundai one is 180 degrees
that's pretty
via
good.
the ADAS ECU. So we send the message, the LCAS message, we send it to the ADAS. The ADAS translates it to LFA. and it is always capped at 180. Doesn't matter. It doesn't fault, but it doesn't matter what you send above 180. I haven't tested sending it from the ADAS ECU myself, like from the Red Panda. I don't know if the EPS would actually accept more than 180 degrees, though. It
Oh,
might.
that's a good question.
Yeah, but still,
Cool.
180 is already quite a lot.
Yeah. All right, cool. What else is in 099? I think that's it to talk about on this meeting. Just wanted to show for the Raylib rewrite again. Cameron's working on that. We got the display running back at 60 FPS. Some of the tearing issues should be fixed now. Maxi merged a new Agnos. I think last night. Oh, he reverted it. Okay, I gotta ask him why he reverted it. But we did root cause those tearing issues in the 30 FPS stuff. It had to do with the fix we shipped for the screens that were getting too hot, and then the timings would change. But yeah, I don't know. Cameron, is there some like Raylib milestone we can all look forward to? I think everybody's excited for Python UI that's easier to play with and just higher quality UI. Smooth scrolling. I'm so excited for smooth scrolling. I don't know if you're still trying to get set up, Cameron, but in case you're already set up, we can't hear you. Discord's the worst. I'm gonna have like a checkbox. We're gonna have a test plan for Discord. You got to restart it before you join the call.
I,
You got
I
to check
think
your Discord on time.
the problem is you speak and it shows you the green
It does,
border.
yeah, it does. This is the
And you
worst part.
speaking. Like I was talking a lot before, and I was like, "What the heck is happening? Like, why is he not saying anything?"
Like, I bet it's the dumbest bug too. Uh, anyway, but for Cameron, I mean by milestone, I mean like I don't know, just something by like next Wednesday when we're talking, something we can play with, something like deadline we can look forward to. But I don't know. For anybody who hasn't played around with the code, it looks pretty good. We should move to Skype. I think Skype recently died. But yeah, here's the Raylib UI. I just commented it in the chat. If anybody wants to play around with it, it has strict mode, so it'll never drop below 60 FPS, and if it does, it dies. I think we want to run that on master. Now we can move on. Comma 0 V2. I know Andy's working on that. Lucas, who's not here right now. How's that going? I'm already surprised by how many people have tried to play with it and already printed them and using them. I'm really excited to make that a good experience. Well, I mean, it'll never be like a really great plug and play like Comma 3X level experience, but should be easy enough to get running. I'll comment. Some of you don't know what the comma 0 is. There's a nice Discord thread about it. The one thing about the current projects is they're like slightly hidden. I don't know if like channels would be better that we just like archived at some point. I don't know. Doesn't seem like the people working on it right now want to can talk at the moment, but the hardware is looking pretty good. Red Pan is now $99, which is pretty cool. And the harness, so harness E3 is $100 for the whole thing. Red Pan is $100, and then you just basically need a webcam at that point and a laptop. So all in, you're looking at like 250 plus the laptop you already have to kind of get into the ecosystem. And then I want to figure out a way if you have like a real genuine Red Panda you bought from us, where you can register with our backend and you can use Connect and all that kind of stuff, and you can use that infrastructure. But yeah, the goal is like it's kind of $1,000 to get in the door to Open Pilot Master now, and the goal is to make it more like 200. Oh, the screen has been down to $100 for a while now. Yeah, I think that's a good deal. The screen is a great deal. I think it was, yeah. I mean, the price it used to be was basically what we used to pay before. The screen on the Comma 3 was like well over $100 for us. I don't know. I think our prices are pretty good. Um, what else did we do? We did the trade in too. So if anybody has like a Comma 2, Comma 3 who's interested in trading in, and then with the latest and greatest, then the trade-in offer is up and available for you. Even if you have an Eon, you can use the trade-in, which is pretty cool. If you have a totally broken Eon with the battery all puffed up and all that kind of stuff, just send it to us. Kind of $750. We'll send you a beautiful Comma 3X. It's also a great time to refer someone to a Comma 3X with a free harness sale. Yeah, we're building like 500 3Xs a week, so we got a lot to sell. It's a really great time to get in on a Comma 3X. And we're all here to make this offer better for the Comma 3X. How much are you selling a month if you can share? This month we're doing quite well. We'll start with the sale. We're not selling quite as many as we're building right now. We're gonna get there. But yeah, you gotta get production there, and then we don't like to be backward, so we like to get production there, and then we get sales up. I will say the Snazzy Labs video didn't sell as many devices as I was hoping for, but it's a really great video nonetheless. I don't know. Anybody have any PRs to review? This is kind of all I had for this. There's not a whole lot to talk about this week. There's a little bit of stuff on clips. There was a link to the comma store in the description, I think, when I looked at Snazzy Labs video. That's true. I wonder if that doesn't help. You would think people search it though. Oh, Mac. I mean, yeah. Let's see. I don't know. There's always reasons for this stuff. The CI stuff is just so fragile because we don't have tests for our tests. Enable cache by default.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I think Sony fixed it in Sony Pilot. He fixed the caching, I remember, for the Mac. Maybe I can tell you to open a PR or see diff from what we have.
Uh,
Yeah, I wasn't caring about it too much because GitHub public repos get infinite time, so it didn't matter. But yeah, he didn't like the waiting.
That's a good Max. That's I'll assign that to Maxine. He's the CI guy around here now. There's probably some reason. I feel like there's some reason it's done like this, or maybe it's a slight bug. But I feel like even if I remember reviewing the PR where he did this though, or at least where he set up this action, and I think what happens, you don't want the default to be true because I think, for example, use this for the scones cache, right? Yeah, we do use this for the scones cache, and you can't have every job write the scones cache for a reason I don't remember. Yeah, I don't maintain the CI anymore, so I don't remember exactly what the reason is. But there's a reason you can't do this true. So you have to set it true, I think, for one job. And the same job has to keep writing it. Want to review a dirty comma zero branch? Yeah, just comment the PR if you want me to review it. Dirty comma zero. Uh, why doesn't proclog deep? Oh, is it a Mac thing? Yeah, yeah, okay. More Mac stuff. Yeah, the Model D stuff is kind of jank, but that's just kind of how it goes. Athena D. Yeah, a lot of stuff seems fine. Yeah, this will be pretty quick to review once you have it all working. So you were trying to get this working on your Mac though, right? You have an Intel Mac.
Oh,
Yeah, welcome.
hey. Simpler to speak than to write. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. At least my mic is working. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I'm testing on my Intel Mac. I will. I mean, I can benchmark the model on. I don't have like an M Mac, but I can access an M Mac and benchmark the model and see what would be like the best option to run TinyGraph on. And I still have that CADAS Edge 2 mini PC with Arc Rock chip 3588. And probably I can also like spin some servers that I can like benchmark, but I will not have a webcam on it. But I mean, the webcam will come and I will see what I can do with how I can like properly test it. Right now, I can't mount the webcam. I can probably make a hack. And probably the last problem is that with PyAV and FFmpeg, is something wrong because it's lagging a lot on with an external USB webcam. I tried a one-shot script with OpenCV and the frame rate was okay, so I might switch to OpenCV from PyAV,
Okay.
and that's kind of it right now. The dirty branch that I put there, it will be like split in multiple PRs. This is just something that I have it like everything in one place, so I can like play with it.
Okay.
I did a random test in my car, and with like the laptop on my seat, the camera was like looking at me, and that was like the road camera, and it engaged, and basically it spins the wheel randomly, but it has little torque, so it's not a problem. I mean,
Okay,
it
cool.
I was like not on the street. I was like in the parking.
Cool. Sounds like a good
Yeah,
start. Yeah, I don't see anything too egregious in here. So
okay.
cool. Seems
Cool.
like you're on the right
The
track.
only, the only, yeah, the only thing that I'm like worried is like how to disable the IMU nicely. I'm not sure if simply, I mean, how I disable the IMU, it doesn't do any calibration. Is it like it should be normal or not?
What do you mean doesn't do any calibration?
I mean, when I connected to the laptop to the car and I didn't spin the calibration. I mean, it should like started with the calibration. It didn't start it. Maybe I did like a
Oh,
weird. I mean,
yeah,
if you can
no,
look over location D in my. I mean, no, I don't know if this is
no
like
change to
reviewable.
location D should make that happen. So there's something that writes out the like some default calibration.
Yeah.
Like our test helpers do this. Like, if you ever run like the unit test on your machine, they might have written out some like default calibration.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I need to reset the calibration. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I want to do
Cool,
that.
cool, cool, cool. Okay, I will.
Cool.
Yeah, I will try to switch to OpenCV. Will try to somehow hack the webcam and put it on my windshield and reset the calibration and see what happens.
Cool.
I'll do that
All right.
tomorrow.
Yeah, we went through all the PRs. We got a whole bunch of people in here that joined at the last minute though. So if you guys have any other topics, or I see Harold joined last minute too. If Harold wants to say anything before we close out.
I mean, Sonny sent the PR, a PR, so we can review that.
Not that familiar with OpenDBC these days. I keep merging stuff, and then I'm like, Shane tells me I broke something. Uh, which one would be really nice to merge? Oh, this one. What does this do now? Yeah, I don't know. I just see like this wall of text, and then I'm just not excited to review this. I don't know. Did you use like an LLM to write this, or did you write this whole thing? Wait, Jason, you have write access to OpenPilot too. I think like I've kind of like conceptually signed off on this. If you want to like merge this, feel free to. If you want to merge stuff like this in the future, and then we'll just revert it if we don't like it. It's fine. But yeah, Jason, you're all good to review. I think you have write access, right? All right, cool. Yeah, feel free. Feel free if you want to review stuff like this in the future and just hit merge. If I ever see anything, I'm like, hey, wait, I wouldn't have merged that. Then I'll revert. But I trust you to merge good stuff. Yeah, but I don't care about any of those details. Just clean. Like I don't need to know the whole history of this process. Like I look at this screenshot and it's totally out of date, and I'm like, I just don't trust it anymore. I don't know. I just see this and then it has so much mental overhead to review for like a super simple PR. All right, cool. That's all we got. I had one more idea. Yeah, so I've been driving with FSD. I don't know if I mentioned this last time. And you can hold down one of the wheel buttons to give audio feedback. I was thinking maybe what if we use the LCAS button for this in OpenPilot? Somebody wants to throw together a prototype of this. I think we may want to ship something like this. And like we may not even use these audio cues, but maybe you can go back in the audio cues yourself and then use that to write up like good bug reports. Yeah, audio feedback. I think they transcribe it and it goes directly to the autopilot team. But for us, I think maybe what we want to do is just store the little audio clips, play them in Connect, and then you can use them to write up good bug reports. Or maybe maybe it's automatic. I don't know. Mike D, yeah, Mike D. So if anybody wants to play around with that, it'd be cool if there's like a PR I can go play with. I think we already have the lane keep buttons in OpenUPC now. Labeling, yeah, well, there should be some kind of labeling for routes. Yeah. Hey, comma. Yeah, hey, comma. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, maybe you don't even care about the button. If you want to try to do it with just a voice trigger, like hey, comma, that would be pretty cool too. You can probably run that on the DSP. Yeah, try to do hey, comma. Hey, comma might be good too. Yeah, the thing with hey, comma is you don't know when to end. With the button, the other problem with the button. Okay, yeah. I don't like the button anymore. I think hey, comma is better. So I think one of the other problems with the buttons is you can't know, depending on the car. You either get like the button up event and not just the button down, like holding the button event. If there's nothing cooler to talk about when we do a carport, what happens if the route comes from a free Connect user, which expires in 7 days? We don't actually delete the data for 30 days anyway. So you got 30 days. Also, they should just use the Prime trial. What's up?
I mean, on the test, like, you got to do it on the test route, like it's run through the pipelines and everything. This is why I'm
just preserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the preserve features for.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes the free users would just forget about it and untick it. I wonder if it's gonna have an impact of 2 or 3 months going forward. You know what I mean?
I mean, we haven't been hit with this yet.
Okay. Yeah, well, I did, but I'm doing the porting for the angle. So yeah, I've been just using some routes from free users, but I'm pretty sure they just removed the preserve flag because they wanted other routes. So and my CI started failing, but I was wondering if once it's merged into your master, it's somehow marked as preserved beyond something.
Yeah, when we preserve stuff, it gets preserved forever.
Okay.
No, I mean, I don't know what else I can say about the 30 FPS thing. Like, the frames need to be 15 milliseconds apart. Like, it might kind of be okay right now on this model, but like, there's no guarantees about this. So I mean, it needs to be at some like multiple of 20.
Can I ask? How does it work on the comma free? I mean, how are the frames exactly in that? I mean, is it something special that is being done there, like hardware-wise, or?
What do you mean? We have total control over the cameras on the Comma 3.
Oh, okay, okay, that's what I'm asking. So basically, the cameras are getting a frame every 50 milliseconds, like exactly like that on the Comma 3.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Now I understand what you were saying.
Yeah. All right, cool. That's it. We'll see you guys all next Wednesday. Thanks for coming.